Welcome to Timeless Audiobook, Hooked, a dark, contemporary romance by Emily McIntire. In the world of Hooked, Emily McIntire takes readers into a twisted and addictive retelling of the classic Peter Pan tale, but this version is drenched in darkness, obsession, and forbidden desire. Hooked is not a fairy tale meant for children. Instead, it is a gripping dark romance where love is laced with revenge, where the line between good and evil blurs, and where obsession has no boundaries. The story unfolds in the dangerous city of Neverland, not the magical island from bedtime stories, but a gritty, modern-day setting filled with crime, power struggles, and broken souls. At the center of this dark world is James Hook Barry, a man shaped by betrayal, pain, and an unquenchable thirst for revenge. Hook is not your typical villain or hero. He is both the monster in the shadows and the man capable of impossible love. From the very beginning, readers are introduced to James Hook as a powerful and feared figure within the criminal underworld of Neverland. He is the owner of the Jolly Roger, a notorious nightclub that serves as the heartbeat of his operations and the center of his plans for revenge. Hook's life has been defined by hatred for Peter Michaels, the wealthy and influential man responsible for destroying Hook's family and leaving him to fend for himself in the dark corners of the world. Peter Michaels is the modern-day version of Peter Pan, but in this world, he is no innocent boy who never grows up. Instead, he is a corrupt and ruthless businessman, hiding his sins behind wealth and power. Hook has spent years plotting his revenge against Peter Michaels, and when Wendy Darling, Peter's innocent daughter, walks into his club, Hook sees the perfect opportunity to finally strike. Wendy is the last person who should ever be tangled in the dangerous world of men like Hook, yet her curiosity, naivety, and complicated past make her the perfect pawn in Hook's deadly game. But what starts as a calculated plan quickly spirals into something far more complicated than either of them ever expected. Wendy Darling is not as sheltered or fragile as she seems. Though born into wealth, Wendy carries emotional scars that have shaped her into a woman searching for independence and purpose. Tired of her father's control and the suffocating expectations of the high society she was raised in, Wendy finds herself drawn to the darker edges of Neverland, seeking freedom, adventure, and perhaps even danger. Her curiosity leads her to the Jolly Roger, and from the moment she meets James Hook, her world begins to unravel. Their first encounter is electric, charged with undeniable chemistry and an undercurrent of danger. Hook is instantly intrigued by Wendy's innocence, her fire, and the vulnerability she tries so hard to conceal. For Hook, seducing Wendy is supposed to be part of his plan for revenge, but her presence awakens parts of him he believed were long dead. He is captivated by her strength, her beauty, and the way she sees through his cold exterior. Despite every warning, every reason to stay away, Wendy is pulled deeper into Hook's orbit, blind to the fact that she is a pawn in a deadly game. As their relationship grows, the lines between manipulation and genuine connection blur. Hook battles with his conscience, torn between his need for revenge and the unexpected feelings Wendy ignites within him. He never intended to care for her, but the more time they spend together, the harder it becomes to deny the bond forming between them. For Wendy, Hook represents the forbidden, the thrilling escape from the constraints of her controlled life. His darkness calls to her, awakening desires she never knew existed. But secrets in Neverland are deadly, and both Hook and Wendy are hiding pieces of themselves. Wendy is unaware of Hook's true identity and his deep-rooted vendetta against her father. At the same time, Hook underestimates the complicated dynamics of Wendy's relationship with Peter Michaels. As truths begin to surface, the web of lies tightens, and the consequences become impossible to avoid. The deeper Hook falls for Wendy, the more his carefully constructed plan unravels. Love was never supposed to be part of the equation, but his obsession with revenge is slowly replaced by his obsession with protecting Wendy at all costs. Yet, the darkness inside him is not easily tamed, and the dangerous world they inhabit shows no mercy. Emily McIntire masterfully builds a story where the chemistry between Hook and Wendy crackles with intensity, blending seduction with vulnerability and danger with desire. Their relationship is a slow burn, laced with forbidden tension, raw emotion, and the ever-present threat of betrayal. Hook is possessive, dominant, and unapologetically flawed, while Wendy is determined, brave, and far more complex than she first appears. Throughout the novel, readers are pulled into a world of crime, deceit, and passion. The side characters add depth and intrigue, from Hook's fiercely loyal crew to the various players in Neverland's criminal underworld. Each character adds to the layered narrative, revealing the complexities of love, loyalty, and survival in a world where trust is a luxury few can afford. The power dynamics in Hooked are addictive. Hook's dominance and dangerous edge contrast with Wendy's innocence, creating a push-pull dynamic that keeps readers hooked, pun intended. Their journey is not a fairy tale romance. It is dark, twisted, and filled with pain, but it is also deeply passionate, emotionally raw, and undeniably addictive as the story unfolds. Wendy begins to uncover the truth about her father's dark past and the secrets that have been hidden from her for years. Her world is shattered as she realizes the man she was taught to trust is capable of unspeakable acts. Hook's revelations push Wendy to confront her own beliefs, her loyalty, and the lies that have shaped her life. Together, they are forced to face the consequences of their choices, their feelings, and the dangerous reality of the world they inhabit. In the climax of the novel, the tension reaches a boiling point as revenge, love, and betrayal collide. Hook's long-standing plan for vengeance against Peter Michaels finally comes to fruition, but the cost is far greater than he ever anticipated. Wendy's heart is caught between the man she has fallen for and the painful truths about her family. The final confrontation is explosive, emotionally charged, and filled with consequences that change everything. The ending of Hook delivers a satisfying blend of redemption, sacrifice, and hard-earned love. Hook and Wendy's relationship is forever altered by the events they survive, but their bond proves stronger than the darkness that surrounds them. The novel closes with a promise of healing, growth, and the possibility of finding light even in the darkest of places. Emily McIntire's Hooked is a dark contemporary romance that pulls no punches. It explores themes of obsession, revenge, redemption, and the complexities of love when it is born from the most dangerous circumstances. The novel delivers an intoxicating mix of grit, emotion, and seduction, creating a world where no character is purely good or evil, and love itself is the most dangerous game of all. Readers who crave morally gray characters, forbidden romance, and intense emotional stakes will find Hooked impossible to put down. The chemistry between Hook and Wendy is undeniable, their connection both thrilling and terrifying, and their journey filled with twists that keep readers guessing until the very end. McIntire's writing brings Neverland to life in a way that is both darkly beautiful and deeply haunting, offering a fresh, adult retelling that captures the essence of obsession, vengeance, and love in all its twisted forms. For those ready to dive into a world where villains can be heroes, where love and revenge walk hand in hand, and where happily ever after comes with scars and consequences, Hook delivers an unforgettable experience. It is a story that seduces, shocks, and leaves readers questioning the boundaries of love, power, and redemption. Whether you're drawn to the dark romance, the twisted retelling of a beloved childhood story, or the magnetic pull of forbidden love, Hooked offers an addictive journey that lingers long after the final page. Prepare to fall for the villain, lose yourself in the shadows, and discover that sometimes the most dangerous love is the one that sets you free.